Yo,
It's a
how
think
the
tank,
hell
bro.
did please excuse my dear Aunt Sally come to your
We're in the
mind?
same think tank, buddy.
I mean, you're not wrong, but what the fuck? All right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's just proof that God exists. Anyways, so you're gonna have to excuse me because during this Poopy Dupe
I'm also
episode,
eating.
I'm gonna be eating pork chops with applesauce.
I'm eating big mozzarella. It's spicy though.
Dude, pork chops with applesauce? Low key, like,
That's pretty good. I don't really like pork, but
haram. In Minecraft, I can't eat pork because I'm a halal.
not even that.
Okay,
The Quran just proves itself, but
so we got a thing going on here, and essentially,
are you recording?
yeah. Essentially,
We're in a think tank right now.
we are in a think tank. So, what do we want to say? I don't know what I even want to say yet. So
I don't know. I'm gonna burn myself.
we came to this dilemma, right? We don't understand how we should think about things, and instead of just resorting to our feelings for the answers, we've come to a equation in order to solve whether something is relevant to you or not, and then how to feel about it after you realize that it's relevant and you examine it. And this equation is essentially just two questions. I'm going to do it right here on the charting software. Question one. I'm going to get my text box. Question one is simply, how does this make me money? That's the first question, to figure out if something is relevant to you, right? Because this is the most important thing. Out of all the things in life, arguably money is the most important. And there's a second question, right? Because you figure out how this makes you money, right? If you figure that out, how this can make me money, for instance, trading, how can this make you money, right? You can fill in inefficiencies and profit off of it. Then, boom, you already have your answer. How's this making me money? And then from there, you can decide if you're going to do it or not. Usually, I decide if I'm going to do it or not based on how much money can this make me. That's why I strive for skills that I can scale up, businesses, etc. Right? And then there's a second question. How does this affect the markets? Or in other terms, how does this affect...
Jesus, fuck. Oh my god.
Okay, calm down. How does this affect
Sorry.
my current holdings? Or if you want to just be very broad, my money.
My money.
Yeah, right? Because we've already established money is pretty darn important.
Money's God.
And money is not God. Money shouldn't be worshipped as God.
In our mortal realm, it is.
You gotta realize, you can use money to show God that you love Him. Right? I mean, I'm not saying it's the only way to show that, but you can prove to God that you're strong and resilient and you believe in Him so much, and you're so grateful for the position He's put you in, and that you can do anything with His power. And in that case, you can make a lot of money. Alright? Okay. Let me cut my pork chop.
Yeah, let me cut this cheese.
What the? Alright.
Not like that.
What do you mean not like that? There's no other way. You just cut cheese and eat it.
Yes, there is, bro. Cause it's fucking eating, you know.
Nothing wrong with cheese, bro. What do you mean not
Flying
like
Hawk 2, as they said.
that's good, especially when you put it in applesauce.
Especially in the AS.
A1 steak sauce?
No, the AS, applesauce.
Oh.
Yeah, we're in the think tank.
And I got some watermelon juice with pulp. Pretty good. What do we want to talk about? We're talking about some other things.
God is good.
We were talking about the markets and fear and greed.
And all right, second question: how does this affect the markets?
Okay.
Right? Because
So essentially,
why does it matter? Why does it matter to me? If I can't make money for it, all right, touche. But if it doesn't affect the markets, then I won't be making anything from it at all. I won't have anything for data collection, or I won't have any future money-making endeavors. So there'd be no point in it. And while I'm sat here in this think tank, I feel the grace of God really touching my very being.
what? You do? You feel that empowered?
Mm-hmm.
Well, ask yourself.
That motherfucking empowered.
Ask yourself, does that empowerment make you any money?
Yes, because it gives me drive to chase my goals.
Exactly. You solve the answer. It's relevant to you. Therefore, God is relevant to you. Everything else around you, if it can't pass through these two questions and give you positive
If they can't
answers,
pass an eval, then I don't care.
then it's all fugazi. This doesn't matter. All right.
Dark matter.
True. Okay. I don't know what else is there to cover in this class.
It's a general overview of of today's think tank. I feel like.
There's other things to think about.
I impassion you, listener. Before you do anything in life, ask yourself these two questions. Does this make me any money? How does this affect the markets?
And remember, this is how you stop yourself from being a person filled with fear and greed, stuck in the rat race for all eternity.
Dirt.
Think about it. If I was a worm,
No
would
one
you
wanted to
still
kiss
love
me.
me?
God would.
So, if God says a believer of you, your resilience, your strength, then you obviously could make some money off of it. Therefore, God is relevant to you. But, you know, when you make this money, right? What are you doing it for? Are you doing it for power? Or are you doing it to show that God, or show God, how you have the strength to get the money, right? Think about it. You have the strength to change other people's lives. You have the strength to affect the markets.
And a strength to follow your regression model.
Okay. I don't really know where to go with this anymore.
I think we're done.